Hey guys, welcome back.
Welcome back. And this is
Bestie
with my bestie. Hi everyone, we're going to run the intro. My name is Vanessa.
And I'm Marly.
And this is
Bestie with my bestie.
And today we're going to talk about a topic. We're going to talk about lending money towards
I thought you forgot. I was like, you want me to hop in?
Like, no, I'm just tired.
No!
You shut up.
Let's take shots. Every time Vanessa says, I'm tired.
I'm always tired.
Take a shot.
I would be drunk 24/7. I'm always tired. The amount of people, though, they're going to be
Just
like, she looks tired.
I'm going to come for you guys.
F you.
Leave her alone. She's beautiful. Look at her.
Thank you.
Look how pretty she is.
My
It
eyelids
doesn't
up.
get any pretty. I know the pose. Give him a little pose.
My
Oh,
eyes
yeah.
are all low. I swear I'm not tired. But yeah, today's topic is going to be about lending family, and is it just family or is it family and friends money?
Yeah, basically just our thoughts and opinions on how we feel about lending money to family and friends.
I personally, it's situational.
It is.
Honestly, I think everybody has a big heart and they of course want to help family and friends, especially those that are close to them or, you know, are struggling. But I think if you want to be smart about it, set some boundaries, or like maybe you could do like small little amounts first to see if like maybe they'll stick up to their word. Like, oh, I'll pay you back. Like, okay, I can only
Right.
give you this much right now. But also make sure that you have enough for yourself and your personal things and like family and for your own living before you go and start giving it to other people
100%.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've personally never lended anyone money,
Mm-hmm.
but I also know it's like money in general is just such a sticky topic,
Mm-hmm.
because if people find out you have money, then they'll start like, you know,
Asking here or there,
slowly.
hinting it.
Mhm.
Gotcha. Yeah. I personally have never asked for money before from anyone, and I feel like I would lend money to someone. It is situational. It depends. I would like to know, what is this for?
Mhm.
And I understand like, oh, that may be private, but at the end of the day, it's my money. I need to make sure it's going to something
Mhm.
that is, you know, positive, productive, whatever it may be, and make sure it's not going to something for a bad situation. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I need to make sure that it's being used for a good reason. So I would like to know. That would be my main thing. I need to know what it's for, what's going on.
Would you want like proof?
I guess it depends on the person. If I feel that they're very trustworthy and I have no reason, which when I first meet you and all, like I really do have like my faith in you. Like I do trust you. So it has to be something that you've shown in your character that would cause me to not be able to trust you, to then ask for that proof.
Yeah.
I guess it depends on the person, depends like on their character. If I know them very well, like in the way of their honesty, you know, their word,
Mhm.
if they're really good at keeping their word, are they liars? You know what I mean? It kind of,
Have you ever been in that position before where you've given money?
I've given money.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And how is that? Like, has there been any wrong or bad situations?
No.
No.
Mm-mm. Thankfully, no. But I've heard of situations where it goes totally wrong. There's like, for example, there was a family member, and I know that basically there was a situation between siblings
Mm-hmm.
asking for money. It was a sister and a brother, and it just went so wrong that it caused them to not talk to one another anymore. And I think that's so sad for you to give up your family over a money situation.
Yeah.
I get it. Money is important, but it's not more important than family. And I guess it depends on what happened exactly, but I don't know. I can't imagine not talking to one of like my brother in like the future. He's only 15 right now, but I can't imagine like not talking to him because of money. It's like not worth it to me, you know? But some people, it is worth it to them and it means a lot to them. And it can go deeper than just it being about money. It's about like betrayal and trust and, you know, there's more to it at the end of the day if you really break it down. But that's where it's hard. And that's why I would really want to know because and I feel like if you're going to lend money, just be mentally prepared to not get that money back.
Yeah. Like
it's always a possibility.
Expectations.
Yes, exactly. It's always a possibility. Mentally prepare yourself and be ready like for that to not come back to you. So there's no hard, I mean, it's going to be hard, but so there's no like real hard feelings. Like, of course you could be like upset with them, but so that it's not a permanent disconnection from them in the future.
Yeah, no, with family too, it's hard because there's a fine line, like you said, like it's family, but then they can get money hungry and choose that over relationships. And then that's where it can go downhill.
Yeah, for sure.
I think I probably know a situation with money. There was one point where I feel like I had money and like people knew about it in the family and they would bring it up. And it would make me feel uncomfortable because it's like I wouldn't continue the conversation. I would just be like, yeah. But then I'm like, why? What? Like, there's boundaries and then there's like filters.
Right.
And it's like this person just started talking about it. And I'm like, it just made me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, because that's your business. Yeah. That's your private concern. So when someone else starts discussing it, it's like, yeah. Unless you're the one bringing it up. And you're talking about it, but other than that, it shouldn't be brought up personally.
Yeah, I've never been in a situation though where I've had to like where someone's come up to me and asked me for money. I mean, that's a good thing, but it's not to say that like I wouldn't help. I would just have to assess the whole situation, like what you said. And yeah, I think same thing. Like I would ask them, like, okay, what do you need it for? How much are we talking? And like what's happening after. But I think it's smart like to not really have high expectations, especially to get paid right away, because obviously if they were to pay you right away, then that means that like they would get they would have money. Obviously they don't have money, so they need your help.
Yep.
So I think that's also what's tricky. But I think in the end, if you feel like there's family members struggling, a way to help them is try to get them like jobs. Maybe like there's some people who just don't have time for jobs. Like there's remote jobs. If you can pay them to start helping you with something. I don't know. You know, I feel like there's also solutions to stuff, but it's situational. But yeah, money. Have you lent like friends money?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I
think just family. I think just family. I can't think. The only thing like close, which it's not necessarily borrowing, but it's when, for example, going out of town, paying for a trip, and then they're supposed to pay me back. That's like the closest thing.
Yeah, that can be like, even that alone is stressful. Because you're like, how do I ask for somebody to pay for something?
Yeah, when it was already agreed, and kind of common sense that of course you're going to contribute. I've only had one situation like that. And yeah, we went on a trip in the month of August, and then I didn't get the full amount until like November. And I was getting payments from them throughout the months, which is totally fine. Yeah. But I would have to reach out.
You would have to initiate the conversation like, hey.
Which put me like in an awkward position. And then this person claimed to be like, oh, well, we never discussed when I was going to pay you back. But it's like, or when I was going to give you the money for it. But I'm like, well.
So when were you going to?
Exactly. Like to you personally, if you and I and other girls, we all go on a trip, okay, it's agreed. I'm going to go ahead and put the hotel portion, parking, things like that. Like I'm going to go ahead and pay for it. And at the end, you can go ahead and pay your portion, like Zelle me. Everyone's talking about it and everyone's Zelling me. And then let's say you don't like, or another girl doesn't Zelle you. You know, there's just one person that didn't Zelle you. Like, how would you go about it. It was just tricky. Like,
you would have to like really have a side conversation with them separately and be like, hey, is there anything that's going on right now? Because it's okay if you can't financially make it to this trip. I don't want to put you in a situation where it's like you're the only one. Money is so tricky, and it's like you kind of have to be direct with it and about it. You can't, like, as much as you want to sugarcoat to not make this other person feel bad, you also need to let them know, like, as much as I would love for you to be there, I don't want you to struggle during it or feel like you don't have access to, like, maybe things that we want to do on the trip.
Yeah.
Or feel pressured after, or like, I especially don't want you to be upset at me if after I'm like, I have to remind you to pay me.
Exactly. And that's how I felt. And I did let them know that because she was saying she was going to discuss it with her boyfriend if they could afford it. And I told her before they had that conversation, I was like, just know if you can't make it, don't feel bad in any way. Of course, I'm inviting you because I would love for you to go. But if you can't go, I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm not going to be upset with you. Your financial situation is what comes first. And I totally get it. Don't feel pressure or obligated in any way to, come. And so she was like, okay, like, they had the conversation. She let me know the very next day, we have the money, I can go. Great. But that's what kind of threw me off is that she let me know that she had the money and they had that discussion and came to, an agreement on it. But yet she didn't pay till August, September, October, November. 3 months later, she didn't pay. So it was just weird. And then I felt awkward asking for money, which was my money. I shouldn't really feel, but it just feels awkward because it's like, I wish I didn't have to ask you. Like I wish, even if, because I had no problem with it being like in payments or however, but one, you told me you had the money. And two, you haven't reached out and let me know, like communicated with me on, hey, I'm going to go ahead and give you the money, but can I give you this much this month? Maybe this much next month. You know what I mean? And then, so for me to constantly reach out, and then she also owed my friend money for the tickets for events we went to.
Oh, so that's valid. Yeah.
I felt even worse because I was just like, well, great. Like not only does it's one thing to owe like me money, but it's like now that's my friend that you don't even know. Like, you know what I mean?
That you met through me.
Yeah, that you just met and you're not giving her portion that she paid for you.
Yeah.
And then also, we would like reach out and then you could tell in like the texting, like she was annoyed that we were reaching out asking for like, updates on it. And her mood would like, the way she would text would just change completely. Yeah. And then later on, come to find out, she told me that, she was like upset with me and like kind of held like a little grudge against me in regards of like how she felt financially, like in the way that she didn't have money because of me.
Oh, so she was blaming you for everything.
Yeah, and it's like...
She's telling you like, hey, I can go, I have the money for this, but also it's your fault that I have to go through this because you needed that money, kind of. And it's like, no, I told you you didn't have to come.
Completely, yeah.
You said you were cleared to go, you had the money for it, now that I'm asking for it, you're like blaming me for that.
Yeah.
So for your choice of coming.
Yeah. So she let me know, like she put blame on me for that. So I was just like, it's which I've never had that issue with any of my friends before.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not even friends with this girl anymore, so it's whatever. But luckily I've never had issues like that before. All of my friends, like we're all like the same when it comes to things like that. It's kind of just like common courtesy. You know what I mean? But
if it's not if it's not somebody paying and then everybody just gives in their share, it's just everybody splitting it all at once.
Yeah.
Or it's like as soon as somebody pays for like, oh, I'll Zelle you right away.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened to me. When I went to Greece, obviously I had money to go, but I didn't pay them for the Airbnb until after. you know, but I told him that. I was like, oh, like I'll pay you once we get back. Because it was also like so last minute that everything was happening and they just really wanted me to go. And I was like, I want to go so bad. So I was like, listen, this is the situation. I'll give you the money after. And like maybe as soon as we got back a few days later, I paid them. But it's like also too, I want that off my chest.
Right.
You know, like I don't want to, because if I see them, it's like, it's awkward. And I don't know what to say to them. Then I'm going to be like, I can't hang out with them right now because I know I owe them money and it's just like very sticky. But yeah, like after that, like,
but at least you communicated with them.
Yeah. And then even after she just asked me like, hey, so like, do you think that you can give the money? And I was like, oh my God, yeah. Like I totally forgot because after I got home, I was like busy with unpacking and with the kids and all. And I was like, here, like take it. But I think if you ever get invited out somewhere, whoever is doing the invitations needs to just be direct. Like, listen, this may, or like do an itinerary at least first. Like, hey, girls, or hey, guys, or hey, friends, family, this is what I want to do. This is like kind of the stuff that I want to do with all of you. This is how much it would cost. Here's like an estimate cost for the entire time we're out there. Especially if there's like flying or driving or gas or air flights, whatever. Like make an itinerary, send it to people and just be like, I would love for you to go there, like you said. But if you financially can't, do not worry about it.
Yeah, exactly. And the itinerary, everything was talked about, the hotel, everything.
Yeah.
So that's what made it a little more complicated, is just that she had all of the details. But
you're at fault.
Still was like awkward.
It's your fault, Marly, that she's in that position.
Classic. I know.
Classic. Okay. Andy, you can take that out. You know who you are. You know who you are.
I was not expecting for you to say her now. I was like, oh my God. I thought we don't say names on here.
Wow.
Hey, we do this.
This
one.
is live.
Crazy. Imagine.
Oh no, I would literally be like, end it.
I'd be like, she knows. Okay.
She knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say otherwise. Honestly. No, yeah.
Stupid. Got you there.
Gotcha, bitch.
Do it. Do you do that because like that meme, that little character that's on the chair?
No.
That's what it reminds me of.
I know. The hands, it does. Yeah. But like, I don't know why.
And you put the photo up of it.
I know what is it?
I don't know. It's like something ugly.
It looks like
something ugly.
He's like the
kind of
yeah.
But yours is more of like a
yeah. I know. I don't know. Like why? I don't know.
Yours reminds me of like a Muppet for some reason.
Yeah, I
don't know why, but it does.
I can see that. I don't know where I get the things that I do or say. Honestly, it just pops in my head and I do it.
Yeah.
But
I question you.
I understand. Question marks.
Get it.
So,
but I mean, yeah, if you ever put in a situation where a family or a friend is coming to you for money, I think really, really, really think about it. Think of who this person is, the kind of person they are. Do they stick to the word, their promises? Can you trust them? Are they loyal? All that stuff. And do you have it in you financially to give money out?
Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
Because it's also okay to say, unfortunately, right now, I can't help you as much as I would like to, but I also have to take care of myself and my own responsibilities.
Yeah. And you shouldn't feel bad for that.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people would tend to feel bad
or give in.
Yeah. And it's like, no, cover yourself, especially if you have a family. Make sure your family is set before anyone else because they're priority.
Yeah.
So, popsicle.
Is it you or me?
I don't know, but you could go if you want. I can't remember.
So that it's your turn because I read that one.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay. Ideal sexy time. How long is too long? How little is too little?
Minimum time for me would be like 10 minutes.
Minimum?
Minimum.
Okay.
And then anything other than that, like, is okay. I don't have, like, you have to last, like, 30, 40 minutes. Like, sometimes we will be surprised, like, the time that goes by while we're doing it. We're like, wow, like, we were doing it. And then I think sometimes, too, because we're parents, like, we only have short amounts of periods where the kids are asleep or you never know something's going to happen. So we do a lot of quickies. But whenever it's just, like, me and him and we're really just, like, alone, it can be for like 20 minutes, 25, you know?
Yep.
But I don't think anything shorter than 10 unless it's like, okay, quickie, now let's go, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
I agree with you. I don't know why it's such a popular comment or popular idea to last so long, like 45 minutes, an hour.
That's ridiculous.
I don't get it. I've always heard that, even like in, high school growing up, you hear that, like, and then, they people make fun of guys who don't last long, blah, blah, blah. And like, I remember a specific joke in the movie Grease, like, oh, just 15 minutes. That's all you need. Like, but it's like, yeah. That's all I need.
Like,
15 minutes.
Really think about it. 15 minutes.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
I think so. I mean, as long as both of you guys are pleased within that time, cool. Like,
I think that can mainly be targeted towards maybe men who don't wait for their partner to finish. Like, they're more about like, I'm going to finish on my own time and then do whatever you want to do after.
Yeah.
But like, for us, he likes it when I finish first.
Same.
And then, like a few times. And then like he'll, end it. But I think maybe those jokes are towards just like guys who just finish faster and like don't wait for anybody, like don't wait for the girl. So I think that's what that is. Yeah, as far as time, I feel like us girls don't really care unless we're in that situation where like we think it's gonna go really well and long and it's like, oh, a minute, like that was sad. I think it's said that.
Yeah. Like shorten that way. But I feel like, do you include foreplay in that time frame, or are you talking about 10 minutes minimum pure intercourse sex?
I would say I would include foreplay. Like as soon as foreplay starts, it's like
the timer begins.
The time. And then, but I would say with foreplay, it would probably be longer. I think the actual sex itself, like no shorter than like 10 unless it's a quickie. But with foreplay, then yeah, it's going to be like more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to add time. Yeah. For sure. Yep.
What was the whole, read the whole question?
Ideal sexy time. How long is too long? How little is too little?
Do you guys mainly have sex at night or during the day?
Night.
Yeah.
Yeah. Night or sometimes during the day. It kind of depends. Like on if it's during the day, obviously it's like on a weekend and in the living room.
Oh, living room.
Because we're always in the living room. We're always in the living room. We're like, okay. Like, I mean, unless someone's living with us, then we can't really do that. But yeah.
Yeah, ours is mainly at night, but that's because like the kids are asleep.
Right.
We finally have time for each other.
Like a schedule.
Yeah, but if it's during the day, it's like, it's most likely like a quickie.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, throughout the week, we're at work, so we're not together. So that's why I would be at night or in the middle of the night if it's Pedro. But like,
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I know. But yeah, so if it is during the day, like it does happen during the day sometimes, it's just like random, but mostly at night.
Yeah, mostly at night. I feel like that's for everybody, to be honest. Yeah.
So yeah. That's how you know it's over.
Yeah, honestly. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below, you guys, if you've ever been in a situation where you had to lend family or friends money, if it went really well, if you can no longer trust certain people, or if you've lost connections with people.
Yep.
What your ideal sexy time is and how long you prefer it. Because you'd be surprised at some of the time frames people can go.
Yeah, I know there are some people who can go on forever and they like to, but I feel like I would get so exhausted after a while.
I'd be like, hurry up. Like, you know what? Like, you do it.
At
like,
this
you go.
point, yeah. At this point, it's up to you.
I'm like, don't worry about me. I'm good. Just you finish.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for watching. We hope to have you guys tune in next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Share. Tag us on what am I trying to say?
TW Bestie.
Yes, on Instagram. DM us personal stories. And yeah, you can find us at our social handles down below. And we will see you guys next time.
Yep.
Bye. I got tired out of nowhere. That was bad.